Fucking Riverside's good.
No, that's a good intro. Can you guys hear me all right?
All right, how we doing? What's up, man? What are you doing? Driving Uber right now?
Really wishing that
You're looking for your next victim in
on
the streets of... I found the smiley face killer in Austin, Texas. You're looking at him right now.
That's a real zinger, Levi. Did you just rip that off the top of the dome, or
No,
is that something you've been sitting on for
ripped it right out of the headlines.
3 days?
I actually probably stole that from like a year's worth of William Ramsey's works. Anyways, hey, this is the...
How much of that first session did we actually get record? Like, can you go back and insert that as like a post clip? Like, you can roll credits and then you can do a post credit sequence. You know, like how a Marvel movie will have, like, I think there should be.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna put that one in there, and then I'm gonna cut to you going, hey, is your son still awake?
You know I'm 100% kidding you.
Thanks.
Okay.
It's not my fault that that Jed is the most charismatic of the. Hang on, sorry, I'm trying to merge illegally.
He is the loudest Fortnite kid in the world, so winning.
It's pretty loud.
What's up?
He's the loudest Fortnite kid in the world, so winning.
Cool.
I'm pretty
But are we not
sure.
recording?
I was doing a podcast last night with Casey, and then he yelled something about the FBI swatting their house, and then my podcast shut down immediately, and I had to like go back into it. And Casey literally was like in the chat texting me FBI, FBI. Yeah, I don't know if he's on. He just talks shit. He doesn't even talk good shit, which sucks.
If it was
He does
impressive, no, he does not.
Yeah,
Don't
he
let
does.
him, Jacob.
Sometimes he does.
He's very funny.
Sometimes
He's very funny in person.
I
He's
like-
not funny on video games.
I have to listen to like the voice of the kid that he's talking to. Do you know what I mean? To make sure it's just another white kid.
Well, I don't know what he did with you, but this stuff he and I do on our podcast has been very fun.
Where we at with the? Are we recording right now? Or are we waiting to get into the?
We're going,
We've
baby.
been recording.
We're going. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. The little recording sign went away on my end. I'll leave the production.
No, we.
Which end? Who are we cutting off?
I
You or
still got the
Jacob?
red
Because
light.
he's gonna be gone in a second.
You know what would be cool is if I managed to. God damn it.
When's the last time you talked to Miss Lauren, dude?
I don't know. I think I texted her earlier to let her know I was doing a thing with you, and that I was gonna. Oh, I dropped it. I recorded a thing. I'm gonna start posting content on Instagram again, and the rest of my socials too. But
Fuck yeah, dude.
yeah, I
You
finished.
put over your socials. Go ahead and shout your socials out. I'll move them to the front of it.
What's up?
What are your social media? Where can we get you on social
Oh,
media?
I was just getting to that, and then you. Hang on. That's right. I didn't want to do this like the first recording where I kept yelling at you. For my social media is MJ_comic. By the time this uploads, you can find me on Instagram at MJ_comic, and it's the same thing all over. Michael Jochems on Facebook, etc., YouTube, etc. But I was just shooting this thing with right. They really got to repaint the lines on this road because I keep almost swerving into the oncoming traffic. It just parks there. Sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, this same setup, this very reasonable setup that I'm doing for videography and sound recording to do this podcast, I was doing it earlier, too, for my own purposes. That's how I worked out all of the kinks 4 hours ago, and now you're getting the best version of...
Was the judge getting pissed at you on the Zoom call, or?
Who?
I said, never mind.
Jacob, what are you doing these days?
Jacob's got a big showcase tomorrow night. Let him know about it, dude.
So yeah, I got
Keep those crackers out of your mouth. And those peanut butter and orange things you're eating also.
nice, very funny. I got Thirsty Buffalo Brewery Factory Showcase up in Odessa. I'm doing 15 minutes to the feature there. It's my 7th showcase, first one out of town. Pretty excited. Wednesday we both have Visani's comedy contest.
I was just talking to Levi about that. Visani's, well, I don't know. Do you want to have a frank appraisal of the Visani's Comedy Club?
I guess,
Yeah, go ahead. I mean,
Past there?
they're not gonna hear this
No.
before they kick me out of there.
You say that, but I hear your legend of
Well, dude, they have
Yeah,
shitloads of like
yeah,
red-pilled
yeah.
comedians come through there.
who actually lost an Air Force contract because he was talking shit on a podcast about the Air Force. They
Wow.
say that He was the forerunner to Nick
They shouldn't
Rossi.
do Tootsie like that, man. She deserves better.
I know that I'm a broken record with this, but do you guys want to start over again?
Okay, we need a snack.
We just gotta get a snack. Hold on.
Let's all eat jet snacks and then we'll start over.
He's gonna be so pissed when he wakes up.
I don't care about sessions tomorrow. Those are my Sprite that my mom bought for me.
Oh my god. You gotta stop talking.
No, hey, shush. I like Lindsay, like, describing her snack. It's the only human part of this fucking show. Lindsay, tell me about your goddamn snacks so Levi can shut his whore mouth for a minute.
God damn it. Now she's backing up. No.
In fact, whatever the primary microphone.
No, it's not a really good one. One time we were sitting here watching a movie, and apparently we're like 2/3 of the way through, and I was like, I cannot believe you found my chips. And he was like, I didn't even know you had chips. Because I'd been
I
hiding.
didn't know you had chips either. But we're not living together, so that wouldn't have been within my prerogative. But is Jacob being deliberately dismissive of this whole enterprise?
So we're starting over?
Do you guys want to start over? Because I kind of do.
No, I'm not deliberately dismissive. I'm just high and tired.
Okay, guys.
I'm just joking. What were you just talking about before Lindsay decided to
I'll punch you in the...
she's very abusive.
Okay, so you were saying like Vasanis isn't gonna see this, and that's true. Not gonna fucking. But before, and I'm not gonna say his name, but it just so happens he has the same initials as Nick Rossi, and it's not Nick Rossi. I would say if it was Nick Rossi, but there is another comic within the Tampa Bay area who started with me, or actually started.
If you were Asian, would you call him Nick Lasse?
No.
Nick Lasse.
No, I know who you mean. He did Elixir, but it's not the same guy who stole the room. It's a different guy. And he's my age, and is he the say the N-word to End World Hunger guy?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, he's like this shock guy. He goes on the internet and stuff, and yeah. But actually, it was funny. I ran into a guy who saw me do Elixir, and he did the headline set. That guy, and he was like, I didn't like that guy's set, but you were pretty funny. I was like, thanks, man.
So look,
win-win.
at Vasanis they have a coming up.
Do you guys want to hear the story or?
So
Yeah, tell us about Vasani.
all right.
Not
Tell me
that.
about Vasanis. I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
you know what? I take it back. We're starting over. Start over.
All
Start
right.
the whole thing over.
All right, start it over. Let's go.
You give us a bonus?
Start the whole thing over.
How about-
again.
how
Let's
about-
do the intro all the way.
How about this one? We'll just do this one.
I mean, you keep though. Like, does it store the old footage?
Yeah, I got all of it.
Okay, cool.
Okay. What's up? New segment with Jochems. Let's hear about Vasani's Comedy Club, bro.
It used to be a medieval fair, or medieval times. You know that whatever that business was where you could eat
I
like
got
a
you.
leg of mutton between.
Cable guy, dude. Cable guy, right?
Yeah, that's a reference that'll scan in 2025. That's right. The cable
Okay,
guy
dude.
was Jim
I
Carrey.
came up in the late 1900s, dude. I can't help myself.
So this is Clean Comedy Club. They're part of the chain that's known as the Comedy Zone.
Well, you say that, but I'm looking at the upcoming comedians. T.J. Miller?
Yeah,
T.J. Miller's not clean. That's the asshole bartender from Deadpool, right?
It's almost like I was on 1/3 of my sentence through. Yes. Although they forced the local comics to play clean, they're part of this this booking structure that lets fucking huge A-listers come through because the Florida geography kind of makes it so that if you're headed south and you can call your own shots as an A-lister where you're going to do your shows on which weekend, you kind of want to do a straight shot as it's been explained to me. But Punta Gorda or Port Charlotte, whichever one.
What did you call me?
That's kind of the last stop between Sarasota all the way down to Miami, if you don't count Fort Myers, which nobody does. Visanis will have these huge A-list names come through and demand that the local comics work clean for the rest of the year. I forget where I was going with it, but I'm not saying that they're wrong to demand that of their local
I
comics.
mean, they have Nathan Wallace coming up, too, in, I think it's June. Who's like one of my favorite. He's red-pilled. He's redder than your dye job.
Yeah, we did we did that McCurdy's podcast together, which never got aired. I'm not going to go into that, but the episode that we did manage to record, one of them was about Hollywood Satanists.
Yes.
And my whole spiel within that hour and a half long discussion about whether or not Hollywood Satanism is a real thing. My attitude was like, selling your soul to the devil doesn't mean you literally sign with a quill a scroll of paper over to a Mephistopheles type character so that you get to be Billie Eilish or fucking
No, I think when you sign the paperwork to get your dick cut off, it's literally that's when.
Hey, Jochems.
Yeah,
I thought of something today, but I only have like a little bit.
not you.
Okay.
It can only be an improvement on this bit.
Okay, well, so I just have the premise that I'm just like
Right.
Kamala, Kumail Nanjiani Harris. And that's all I've got. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just have brain rot. Their names sound similar, so I thought I could do something with it.
I mean,
Isn't there like a
what would-
WWE
I think
wrestler named Kamala?
so. Like in the past, you've likened me to Nick Mullen, which was incredibly flattering and inaccurate because I can't do bits like that. There's some shit
It's
where I'm
probably
just like,
getting less
I don't know how to
attractive.
cross the. I know the type of bit that Nick Mullen would do, where he does like the Kumail Nanjiani's voice.
Oh, you think that's too close to the sort of like semantic
Harris
humor he
sound
does?
bites? And it would be very funny if like somebody could confidently do that impression.
Yeah.
But I don't have that bone. I don't know how to do that, and I can't.
I don't either. Sometimes I'll think of shit.
Outside of that
You have to add
podcast,
the impression
specifically,
into
that's
it.
not like. What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah, I have a lot of shit like that where I'm like, well, this is funny, but mostly because it's stupid, and then I have no way to make it a punchline.
I write a lot of jokes.
Like everybody has a junk. I think Gary Gulman calls it the junk drawer. It's a notebook that you put catch all everything. Because like comedy is.
Well,
like,
Chappelle has one too. He just has like a fishbowl that he puts all of his garbage ideas in, and then when he can't write, he pulls one out.
Stand up is learning to do stand up really well, which is going after the funny. But
Yeah.
funny can be anything. It's something that you can apply in a script or a circumstance or a sketch or like as a line of dialogue. So like as you become more fluent in what's funny, you're gonna have all of these disparate ideas that don't work for stand up. And that's when you really got to have this notebook where you can jot shit. Because like I had one the other day where it's like I was thinking of a flashback to the 90s, and a guy gets on one of those giant cell phones and he says, "What? How many loose balloons? Too rich for my blood." And it's like, what do I do with that? So like have a spare notebook where it's not like all your stand-up material can go somewhere else, but get all of that shit. Because one day you will be writing a script or you'll be, like you'll be workshopping some other bit and you're not going to see how it intersects, but you'll find a spot for it. Or,
Yeah.
that your doctors will use it as, proof for a diagnosis or something important.
Sure.
As has been explained to me.
That's interesting. I really like how much understanding you have over like the craft behind stand-up.
Come on, that's not good content, Jake. You're supposed to.
I'll never be sincere around you. I'm very sorry.
It's not the sincerity. It's like, all
right, let me ask you this, Joe.
Now what do I do with that?
You guys have merged into one person. You're Joe now.
Joe.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
What,
Lindsay,
what?
did you get a snack?
Yeah, she got snacks.
And backup snack.
What do we eat?
What do you got?
Baked potato soup.
She's got baked potato soup.
And I'm making mac and cheese.
Oh, that's not a snack. That's
Big split.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. You did that.
I said I did that.
Oh.
But hey, I want to know because Sundays is on Wednesday and it is a clean comedy club.
Yeah.
What to you constitutes a clean set? What do you think I can get away with there?
It's like you specifically should not try to get away with anything. I don't think you should do that competition. And it's not even a dig. That's just like you would have to kind of start from scratch because like there's a difference. So like there's a difference between dark and dirty. I'm not a dirty comic. I tend not to go gross. Usually, I will find an angle where I'm like, yeah, that fit. Whereas like, okay, sex or whatever the fucking, like I tend not to go dirty. Generally, I'm dark. I'll still talk about the fucking, I got that bit that's titled "Regarding the Practice of Feeding Christians to Lions." That's not a clean bit by any stretch. Like, fucking, that would piss off Eric if you went and I mean, Eric doesn't give a shit. He's rich. But the guy who's running that competition on Wednesday would be pissed if you ran that bit on his competition. So, like, none of those are clean, but there's, like, I mean, like, if you can go into a room and murder because you found a way, then it works. Don't try to do that. You can only really pull it off if there's, like the audience has to already be fully behind you. And that's not something you're going to get with okay, sorry. I'm driving right down 6th Street. I'm about to go in front of the Comedy Mothership.
Yeah, I can see all the fucking weirdos out of your fucking window.
Yeah, I've clipped many a pedestrian.
Yeah.
Dude, I got
Yeah,
gay legs in
pedestrians at their
Chicago
home.
Bulls
We
jersey.
never
I mean, I guess
saw
it's
Out of my
still
tailpipe right now.
Okay.
Why am I here? What is that? Hey, I know that guy.
Taking out sovereign travelers all over the place.
So,
I don't know if I answered.
in the comedy
My
club?
thing is like, don't go in there and then piss them off, because then they know who you are. And if they are mad at you the first time they meet you, then you can't come like.
No, I'm not.
No, go ahead, tell your story.
I'm just gonna say, I worked at a comedy club in the area.
Hurry. I'll cut that out.
Lindsay,
But I'm just saying, we had a certain crowd that we expected to be there, and if you were going to disrespect that crowd, that's not cool. If you're
that's the other thing too. It's like, if you get booked at a church show and then you show up to go like, y'all know that Jesus isn't real, right? What are you, stupid? First of all, the guys who make that move are never funny. It's always just the same thing that the open micer who's like,
yeah, but
he's
I'm
not
just
funny. He's just saying the worst thing he can think of.
yeah, but there is a huge difference, dirty and just
Well, shock value is not the same thing as humor.
yes, that's
Well,
what,
no.
yeah.
Shock value is that. It's just that it depreciates immediately.
He's like,
Shock value has to be like, I'm trying to think of a good, like it can't be, you can't over rely on it. Otherwise it's immediately gone.
I think when you're talking about dark versus dirty, I think Marty's a great example. He can do jokes about, prison rape, and he never uses the R word.
well, that's what I'm saying.
And that's dark, but it's not dirty.
But
I think
It absolutely is dirty. That same bit, he talks about going to the cafeteria and guys are shooting jizz across the cafeteria. No, Marty's absolutely a dirty comic.
He's both.
Yeah.
But he can do a set clean though, is my point. Like, so that's sort of interesting.
He can't only make it dirty in your head.
It's
The only
it's sort of
time.
but like when Vasani says they want a clean guy, what they're really mean, the simplest interpretation of that is they don't want you saying the F word, the S word, the R word, the N word, that one, fool.
Yeah.
But they might let that slide in Port Charlotte or wherever this boat is at. But the rest, it's so like they want a banal, middle of the road, inoffensive, like just hey, take my wife, please. And then maybe if you're going like you use a euphemism.
So they want.
Observational Seinfeld shit.
They just
want
want
Bobby, what's his
skinny
name?
comedy.
Yeah.
Is Bobby going? That would be like his wheelhouse, dude. It seems like.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Don't you think?
Shout out to Bobby G. Great.
Bobby, is it Goldstein?
Bobby Goldsmith. Yeah.
Goldsmith.
He gives me a lot of good advice.
Yeah, no, Bobby.
He's a good comic.
He used to come to the open mic and then he stopped.
Someone recorded a set. We're not gonna say who.
But if you roll through my portfolio of comics,
You
I've
needed an excuse to stop going to that open mic?
Just saying.
Did you say Jochems?
I said he needed an excuse to stop going to that open mic.
That's probably what it was. Yeah, I'm sure he was not happy with how it was run anyway.
He just didn't want to break Jacob, his June brothers.
I remember meeting him one time. I'm sure you guys are doing a good job with the room. It's just busting your balls. Oh, look, it's the police. You're letting me get away, fellas.
You missed me!
They're down on the underpass. I'm going over the bridge. They can't get
I
over
think
here.
just as like a test, you should just paint a smiley face on your car.
Levi, how many times do I need to tell you that it's not funny?
More than I do, and it doesn't work.
Hey, Lindsay.
Look, I know it's
did
not
you hear
funny.
His
It's
joke
really
is that I'm a serial killer because I'm a creep.
There's
That's
no.
his joke.
No, I'm just saying.
I told him.
I wasn't saying you. I was just saying. to see
I
how
told him 3
serious
days
the
ago.
police are about finding him.
Knock
It
it
doesn't
off.
seem like the police in Austin are serious about finding the serial killer.
Are you seriously gonna fucking rationalize it as you not doing the thing I told you I didn't want you to do?
No, I was just saying you should, because if you're not getting pulled over yet.
Oh, Jesus. I don't want to hear what this take is. I can already tell.
No. Let him cook. Go ahead, Levi. Follow up that A1 zinger you got on me with one more.
I don't even
Tag it
have
up.
any.
Give me one tag. Shoot. Off the cuff. Here's Levi. Lay it down the middle of the plate.
Dogs.
Drill me a new one.
What? I mean, what do you want me to say? Like,
A joke.
when the news reporter came to interview me, I was like, he was a nice guy to me.
No.
You got there.
He was always cool with my son. I mean, what do you want me to say?
All right, there. Yeah, go that way with it.
No, dude,
Are you mad that I said don't do the Vasani's competition? Because I'm saying that in the hopes that, like,
No.
when you build a clean 5, it'll be a...
Because every time you say that, I'm like, yeah, he's right, but I think I can still do it and make it good.
You miss all the shots.
Hey, you should
You might
try
be right.
to as the... go ahead, Jake.
It's possible that you're right that it's not what we're meant to do. It's an opportunity.
I'm speaking in terms of, like, the career opportunity of working for Vasani's, which is an oxymoron, but you don't know that yet.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, they put up a lot of the comedians that I watch that do, like, the same kind of material that I do, so
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily... I think that the worst part about it is I'm going to have to fucking, drive that far on a weeknight. But otherwise, it's good practice for McCurdy's next week, I also think.
That's the place you should be regular at. Hey, keep your face, keep showing up at McCurdy's often enough that they know that you're a guy who's around doing shit. And the way in is to work your way up outside of McCurdy's. That's like, they're not, actually, never mind. I'm not.
Well, no, I think you're right, dude, because
I
haven't done McCurdy's in like 2 years, like over 2 years, so.
Go into the booking protocols of McCurdy's because they might one day have me back.
Be like, yeah, but we need you to wait tables 3 nights a week, and I'm like,
I don't want some fucking shitty fucking.
Like, can I have my girlfriend wait the tables again and see the mics?
Lindsay, you used to work at McCurdy's?
Yeah, she worked there when we first started dating.
I like McCurdy's.
And then they gave me preferential treatment until the Christmas party. It's just a joke. It's like Homer's Odyssey. Is the Brandis real, or is he just joking?
You guys aren't gonna like it. You're not gonna like what I have to say.
Let's go.
Over. Start the whole thing over. We're starting from scratch. Start over.
Absolutely not.
So now I'm cutting in all of these start-overs now. I'm gonna place them in intermittently.
I mean, you must have an hour of footage.
Let's be positive.
So, hey, are you familiar with Nathan Wallace? It's a funny guy.
What's that? Yeah.
No, I'm saying that's one of the comedians that I actually watch.
Right.
Because he actually does clean Christian, super red-pilled comedy. And he's like a he's like a mad right comedian too. He's not like a fucking.
You know why he does?
Sasquatch.
You know why he does clean Christian comedy is because any show could be his last one. Yes. He might have a fucking heart explosion, and so he has to be on good terms with God at all times.
They booked me for 3 days. And,
wait for him to say something tonight. That's a good singer.
Thanks, man. I'll write it down. I appreciate it.
Hey, you wanna watch some clips and see what we have to say?
Yeah, shoot. Are we watching social media clips or what are we doing?
Yeah, we're just watching procured YouTube shorts that I have.
I found some stuff about AI that's pretty earth-shattering.
We need to find it on YouTube so I can put it on here.
I'll find it for you.
What's the theme of this show?
Brain rot.
Yeah, well, this one is just interviewing comedians and then talking about current events, essentially. So it's just like, hey, it's basically like Seinfeld, and then maybe like what's going on in the news.
No, I want you to frame it even. You to say the words, I'm basically the Larry David of the internet.
I would love that, but no, I'm basically the turtle of the internet. Turtle from Entourage. That's
so. Like, what do you got?
All right, here, let's go. This one is a good one. Anytime. I was just talking to the clip.
I'm gonna empty out my ashtray real quick. I love having an old car with an ashtray. That's it. That's all I got. Are we still waiting on the clip?
Yeah, I mean, they don't make those anymore, or like cigarette lighters.
Yeah, I got one of those. You push it in and then you pop it out. And I've always wanted to attack somebody with one of these, like in Deadpool.
I mean, weird.
Yes? Are you bored?
Oh, I'm trying to get this damn clip to play.
Trying to understand it?
Doug Stanhope?
Oh, I know what. My bad, folks.
That's not trivia. Your first thing can't beat the guy's name. That's not a factoid.
So what? Brendan Future Priest.
To use the
That TikToker. That is not that.
Wait.
Like, all he's doing is using an AI image search result to stack relevant pictures. As
Do you think that he picked like a Latino
Wikipedia article about Leo the 14th? That, I mean, I get it. It's
Latino vibes?
Me?
Okay, yeah, that one was horrible. Anyways, what do you think? Do you think that they didn't name him? That he didn't name himself Peter on purpose? Because like the next pope was supposed to be named Peter, and he's supposed to be like the Antichrist. Yeah, but his name's Leo.
You gotta bring the mic up closer. I can't make out what you're saying.
Shit.
The new pope, because they fucking renamed themselves, which is weird. So he renamed himself Leo, but there's like a Bible prophecy that said that the pope after this one that just died will be like the Antichrist, and his name will be Peter.
Well, he will. I don't have to
know enough about Revelations, or I guess that might be an Acts too. I don't know enough about. I know that at one point there's a verse in the Gospels where Jesus explicitly says, "Hey, I might not be here forever. So just to be clear, when you're building the church, don't do these things." And he just describes Catholicism. So I don't know if later in the New Testament he's like. If later in the New Testament somebody has some vision of I don't know what that prophecy might have been, but there's all sorts of stuff.
No, you're 100% right, dude. I will say, if you're gonna believe in some crazy shit, you might as well be Catholic. I mean,
hang on, I can't understand. I'm gonna put my.
It makes
I'm gonna put my headphones
like
back on.
fucking being a Quaker. No. And there
Okay,
he goes.
say something.
No.
Did the recording?
All right, you ready
stop?
for the next one?
Was that my fault?
You're gonna love this one.
Did I hard reboot the thing?
I kept going. I think we're good.
Can you hear me?
When I make my girlfriend come and I haven't, and she's like, "Oh my god."
Yes or no?
I'm like,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Good. Now. All right. Did it stop recording when I like switched when I was playing with my phone? Because that's what it said I did. Okay.
Playing with your phone, that's what we're calling it now. All right, here, next video. You ready?
Is that what they're calling it now?
You're gonna love this one.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think it was stupid. I think it was a stupid take for a pretty banal.
The only part that I
used the word transition in the way we all used it before 2014, and she's talking about going from being somebody who's in the public spotlight to get into she sounds like a completely normal, intelligent woman.
I think I'm
not even a fan of the Obamas.
Have you heard that the Obamas are divorcing?
No, I hadn't heard that, but I have to imagine they've looked at Bill and Hillary's marriage and thought, well, we can't turn out like that.
Yeah, well, she's cleaning up come off Obama stuff. You know what I mean?
No.
Hey, you guys didn't see his college memoir? I'm the only guy that knows that Obama.
Yeah, I know. I heard bits and pieces about it. But also, I was
shadow banned in effect. Hey.
Yeah.
Allegedly, that's all I'm saying. But I'm the only one that's ever heard that. There's like a memoir where
Obama says he said that he was bisexual to impress
that someone close to Obama wrote.
Yeah, I remember he said something that and then in Obama's memoir, he said something to the effect of, I thought about it, I don't know. It was something non-committal in a way that wouldn't alienate any, older liberal voters, but would be plenty, it would be more for whatever that clip was, whoever was hosting that, there was more to go off of Obama's memoir than, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. No,
you're good. All right, look, I got this one. This is my favorite conspiracy theory right here. Okay, so
this one's the ringer.
This is my favorite one, personally, my favorite one.
All right.
Watch this.
Feels like he kind of buried the lead. when he opened with like, "Why would you teleport a plane?" I assume there's videos before this where he's like, "Hey, I have reason to
there's
believe
a
that
bunch
you
of
can
them.
teleport." And then at the very end, he's like, "Why would you do it?" Because it has, what did he say? Rare earth minerals or semiconductors or some shit.
There was like 5 tons of lithium batteries on there, and then a bunch of Chinese scientists that were on that flight. It's just like a weird flight by itself. But I mean, I don't know. Like the whole thing that I thought was weird because I've seen like that guy Ashton on a couple different podcasts, and he shows this other video. Like so, he'll show him like synced up where he shows that one where it's like the infrared radar, and it shows it just going into like a fucking wormhole or whatever, just disappearing. But they have like a regular one that's like from like the Air Force satellites, like the the what is it, like low Earth orbiting satellites. There's fucking thousands of them. But anyways, so
yeah.
it shows. So he has it timed up, and it literally just shows this thing just going into a fucking like a white mist, just disappearing. It's pretty wild. Don't know what happened to the thing. There was like a report that initially, as soon as the thing took off, that you could see like on the infrared that there was like a huge fire on it. There's like somebody, there's some speculation that the lithium batteries caught fire on it.
Wow.
But otherwise, yeah, nobody knows what happened to that plane. Still haven't found it. Hold on one second. Let me load this shit real quick.
Okay.
All right, welcome back. We got the racist clip segment.
No, AI will destroy it.
Curated by Jacob.
Nope. He's throwing me under the bus. I'm worried about how racist AI is becoming.
But that's not fair. 'Cause I don't
No,
really
yeah,
think
this
that's what
is not us loving this. This is us making a social commentary on literally how deceptive racism can be right now, right?
And this is me
Is
asking.
there a way?
Educational segment, okay. So just watch this one. Tell me what you think about it, buddy. Jochems?
I'm also
Yeah.
excited.
No, I can hear it.
Good.
Psych is on my side.
Very ill-advised for you to play this on your podcast.
For some reason, we can't hear it.
Isn't this wild, bro?
Avocados in that.
Dude,
I'm really sorry because I feel like I was mean about that earlier.
like AI has gotten so out of control. All right, run the next one. There's a few.
Maybe the next one will play. Okay, here we go. And he drew a dick on it. Oh, what do you think about that one, man?
I mean, I don't think it's our content to use on your program,
It's pretty good, though.
but
It's pretty...
yeah, I got nothing. I can't top that. That right.
I mean, it
To
said
the
it
end
all.
there, they got me that he was a misunderstood. Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, it's so good. Anyways, man. You got anything else? You got any upcoming shows? What are you doing, man?
Nah, don't worry about it.
What?
You know what? Fucking I'm starting to put out some clips on Instagram. In the next couple of weeks they should be coming out on the regular. Hopefully I streamline the process so I can just drop a reel every couple of days. Actually, I was planning on doing it kind of like this. Like 4 hours ago, I was shooting something that when I get home, I'm gonna clip together into that first reel, and be the first thing that I've posted in like 2 years.
Well, Jacob
Back.
was talking about doing stuff on TikTok, and then his video didn't do that well, and then he went to TikTok.
That's not accurate. That hasn't happened to me. Don't describe my experience.
It's just a joke. It's just a joke.
Is that a sub community within TikTok, or is it its own platform?
No comment.
Sorry.
Like, cause you can stay on Reddit, but you can go on to gay Reddit. I assume r/gay is a major community. I gotta figure.
Oh yeah. It's pretty big. I'm on there sometimes. It's, for research purposes. It's interesting to see what the others are talking about.
All of my Reddit slashes
Just
start
just keeping an eye on what to look. You're just checking out what to look out for to avoid running into on accident.
Yeah.
In the middle of a bar.
How expensive is gas in Austin, man?
Yeah, I figured we would be done an hour ago. I kind of got into this. We had a good rhythm going up front for like we had a few stretches, and now we're in a valley. Now I'm reminding myself that no, I don't have an unlimited supply of gas, and I don't know if you guys heard me say it when I came back from the coffee shop earlier when we first started recording for real the first time. My card got cleared, so that's kind of the margin I'm working with. No, I'm kidding. I mean, it didn't go through because the magnetic strip is ruined.
$15 for the spot.
I will. Yeah, I can also.
Jesus, they went from $15 to $45 really fast.
What's up?
We all want to.
I mean,
I know. No, I said it was not going to be on 15. I don't have it.
This is not. That's. What do I want?
So what'd you do to Lauren, dude? Why is
My Cash App is MJ Comic. It's that black and white picture of me.
It's Elvis?
No, never mind. Fuck it.
All right, never mind. Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we could.
Look at Lindsay, the fucking raccoon over there.
Lindsay, next time I'm in town, you and I are gonna do a podcast one-off where it's just us talking about our favorite like creme brulee and what are those charcuterie boards? We're gonna have like just a snack central.
Yeah, you definitely have an hour of stuff.
Snack centric podcast.
It's gonna be like that. Do you remember that skit from SNL where they were like, "And today's topic is salt."
If you can forge your name on Levi's bills to my house, we're in domestic partnership. He gets all my points. Good points.
Picture Jochems on the Royal Caribbean cruise. It's fun. That's a fun thing.
Jochems on the cruise would be like, people would get on the boat and be like, shit, I didn't think they still had pirates in America. We gotta get out of here.
Like,
God, that'd be.
With the pants.
It would be great to have to just be a buccaneer, a privateer, like a state-sanctioned rogue attacking Portuguese,
like
stealing their like
need you to
China.
Go rob ships and act like you're a fucking criminal, but you're really just like a high nobleman. You back to England.
Well, yeah. If you were the captain of a pirate ship, you were probably a naval officer, which meant you probably had some aristocracy.
I mean, like all of them, like Spain, Portugal, England, anybody that had an armada also had like a fleet of pirate ships that would go out and try and fuck up their competition ships.
Yeah, those are privateers.
Yeah.
I was going to give Marty this painting that I bought in New Orleans of like the gentleman pirate that he became the archetype that fuck. It doesn't matter. All right, we're finished, right? Did we finish?
I knew I shouldn't even have eaten one. I'm not allowed to.
You're just happy it wasn't you.
All right, anyway.
Okay. Every time, we're just gonna make a little stack of board.
I'm not housebroken yet. My parents usually don't let me out of the house.
All right. Hey, guys, it's been great. I gotta see, all right. I see a guy walking down an alley. I gotta go get vengeance on him. I'll see you out there. Can't wait to see how you clip all this stuff up.
It's gonna be good. All right. It's enough of Jochems. Anyways, what do we got to wrap up? Got a couple more minutes I mean, that was exciting, wasn't it? The great thing about that interview is he kept saying like, let's start it over. I did an hour with him last night. And then immediately afterward he texted me and he was like, do not put that out. I will be way funnier tomorrow. And I don't know. I think we always get the same Jochems. He's always funny.
It was pretty funny tonight, and I feel like I was also pretty funny. I had a couple really good singers.
I feel like I was also funny.
I did, bro. That Nathan Wallace one, he said, write it down.
Yeah, good job, man. Yeah, I think, all in all, pretty good day. Pretty good day for us.
Big top, and then like however fucking long this was. That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, doing 15, you're working it out, dude. You're getting up there.
You're getting in the motherfucking reps.
I mean, a Comedy Central special, 22 minutes.
We're almost there, man.
That's how much time you're on. It's 30 minutes with.
What, dude? I'm like a year. I'm honestly a year. People forget that you can be a good comedian in like 3, 4, 5 years. I'm already 2.5 years in.
We're still recording. Do you want to say it on air or what? Probably just gonna cut it out, but.
Toby's black, but he has a small dick.
I mean, he has like a big dick for a small dog.
That's true.
Bigger dick.
He's
Cash,
kind of the
probably.
Terrence Howard of black guys.
Who has a bigger dick, Cash or Toby?
Or Terrence Howard.
What joke are you gonna make?
I want to know. I'm asking you.
I didn't measure them. They're dogs.
Oh, you've seen them though.
You look at him. All the women are into it.
Yeah, you do.
I'm just kidding. All you size queen.
I remember being visually sexually assaulted by my stepmom the first time she saw my dick, and she called it a peanut, which I was totally offended by.
And then you're like, good, and then
Because I was
she,
a
like,
senior
sucked
in
you
high
off,
school.
and you got big, and then you guys fucked in the shower. You busted immediately, and you're like, oh.
Oh, please. Sandy, I hope you don't ever watch this podcast.
Wasn't that kind of hot, stepmom?
No, she's pretty hot.
Nice.
I mean, hot enough for my
You
dad.
guys ever banging?
No.
Why not?
No. But honestly,
She sounded hot. Like,
she did break all of my Wu-Tang and Mobb Deep CDs, dude. Like, in front of me, wait till I got home from school, and she's like, when they played, like, tracks on them, she's like, I think it's this, then popped them out. Pow. So, there is, like, a GF in there, you know what I mean? Like a grudge.
You mean like some hate sex that you think you're building up?
No, I would never say that. You said that.
But that was sort of the implication.
I'm just mad at her for breaking my CDs. That's all I was saying.
But what was the resolution to her breaking your CDs? What do you break?
I said I was holding a grudge. And yes, I did make a joke about someone getting stuck in a dryer earlier. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. That's all well and good, but that's besides the point.
Who do you think you are, that guy from Psych?
I shouldn't have profiled you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's all true. This literally is, Psych literally is like...
Just being a comedian. Just basic deduction.
No, well, Psych, no, I'm saying like the show Psych is fucking like the whiter, not even the whiter, but just like a different version of Scrubs.
All right, let's wrap this one up.
All right. So...
Long ass Comedy Coroner. Michael Jochems and Jake Englander. Thanks to our host Levi Johnson. Come and see me tomorrow at Thirsty Buffalo Brewery Factory up in Odessa, 7 p.m.
Where's Odessa at?
It's past Tampa. We've been past that. Tampa's an hour, Odessa's an hour and a half, same direction. And then Wednesdays I'm down in the opposite direction with Levi and a lot of them other boys. We're hitting up Vasani's Comedy Contest, Port Charlotte, up to that.
Vasani's.
Everything else you can hear about on my Facebook.
Oh yeah, no, we'll do that in the notes and other bullshit. Or if not, just, come see us. Come see me at Big Top or Jacob this week. Keyword is key lime again, and one of us will buy you a beer if you show up and say the keyword. I'm just gonna.
I will.
I'm gonna make Zach give him like one of those little shots. Some mini beer.
Jack you off one time.
Ooh. And again, if you have a whole saw, please bring it to Big Top.
For glory hole.
All right. Anyways.
He keeps doing implication things.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
I would.
Good night.
Baba booey, baba booey. Thank you. Excuse me.
Hey, what about Lindsay?
What's your name? Oh, wow. Good, beautiful night.
One more round for the dogs. Yeah, Cash. This one's for you, Toby.
Looks like Toby's pissing on some books. We're having a fun night tonight, folks, aren't we?